All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday, 6:45 p.m., August 26th. Today's video is going to be about outlining a strategy that I like to utilize by using pivots and the VWAP to identify short and long positions. And then we're also going to talk about two different trades that have worked out really well, pretty much utilizing that strategy. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is if you look at the price action right now, right, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the pivots. Okay, what we're going to do is turn on the pivots and turn on the historical pivots. So this helps us identify what the pivots were on a day-to-day basis. Remember, when you turn on the pivots on an hourly basis right here, all right, these pivots change every single week. Okay, so on the hourly basis, these pivots change every single week. On the 15-minute basis, these pivots change every single day. Okay, so let's go on the hourly, right? When we saw this big move to the upside above the R1, okay, what we're going to do is utilize pivots with the VWAP right here, okay? As you can see, price broke up above that R1. Now, if you're breaking above a key resistance level, that's basically what an R1 is, right? It's the level one resistance that isn't right in front of us, okay? So if you break above the R1, what you want price action to do is you want price to stay above that level. Well, if it doesn't stay above that level, what's going to happen, right? It's probably going to start breaking down. If it starts breaking down, it needs to reclaim that level or else it's going to get sold off much further. So point is, price spent about a good 8 to 10 hours above this area, but then it started to break down and it showed no signs of recovery. On top of that, if you look at this white line right here that's coming down like this, that is the VWAP. I've told you all about VWAP before. It's the volume weighted average price. Once the price starts breaking below the VWAP and price is below the R1, you have confluence of two different indicators that are telling you price is showing weakness. This was the opportunity to go short or sell out on your long position. Unfortunately, we missed out on that, right? So what we were doing really is, what is the next big key level that we need to find that is going to give us a potential shorting opportunity or a longing opportunity? Okay, so in the Bitcoin analysis section that we have for our Advantage members, I outlined this right here. I said, okay, well, it looks like we're breaking down. The best opportunity that I see is to buy a long that pierces right below that monthly open, okay, as a SFP or just, heavy selling activity happening into the monthly open. And that's the area that I want to buy because of a couple of reasons. Number one, if you went down to this monthly open, you did a couple things. Number one, you tested that S1. Remember, just like the R1 up here, S1 is just your first support level, okay? So we tested that S1. And then once price started to break back right above these areas right here, we pretty much flipped long, okay? So this is exactly something that we laid out well before this happened. As you can see, price was at 11,625 when we even outlined this trade right here. So you can see why utilizing the strategy of the pivots right here, along with the VWAP, is particularly helpful. So currently we are in a long position and so far so good. All we did was utilize this, the pivots with the S1 and then the VWAP right there. The second, trade that went pretty well, and we've been outlining Link for a little while. I've been talking about Link for a little bit. I stated that some of my more bullish targets or optimistic targets were about $16 to $18. Obviously, Link overshot that and went all the way parabolic into $19 range. But over in this area, all right, in the sideways chop, once Link started to break down, all I did was I started to look at, again, if we start looking at pivots, and then we turn on the VWAP. Okay, so let's turn on historical pivots right there. Okay, so all you had to do was you had to look at the historical pivots, and again, right there, price broke below the key weekly pivot right here, and it retested that as resistance. Not only that, over here, price, as you can see, was printing dojis all along the VWAP. Yeah, it's trying to close above. It made one close above, but then the following close right here on this candle, it closed below. This could have been your other shorting opportunity right here. And you could have shorted this all the way into the S1. We didn't actually do that. We didn't short. All we really did was we bought this sell-off right into the S1 and all the way into this wick. And I can show you guys that with proof, okay? In my alt spot buy right there, you can see this is the key area that I've been waiting for Link to come into for a good week. And I've started to reload my position, and I started placing orders every 25 cents down, from $13.50 all the way down to $10. And as you can see, price was at almost 14 bucks right here. And then price bled lower and lower. And then this is where we got the perfect buying opportunity as this move happened down here. So I've now detailed to you two strategies so far, or rather, I guess it's one trading strategy where you utilize the VWAP with the pivots, but two trades that have both successfully yielded us good profit so far from both. Because we bought into spot back again right here around $13.50, $13.25, and then $13 flat. Price is currently at 13, or I guess it's at 15.23. So we're up in pretty good profit. Same thing right here. We got in around $11,250. Again, I can show you guys that with screenshots exactly when we get in. As you can see, the entry was right there, 11,250, and that was utilizing the same VWAP plus pivot strategy. Okay, so I hope this strategy has helped you understand why you don't need complex things to tell you to buy or sell or to get confused with 15 different indicators. And to solve that issue, guys, we've actually come up with our own indicator, partnering with someone from our community who has developed something called a Shepherd indicator, which I'm really excited to roll out at some point in September. And I'm really excited to roll out this indicator for a couple of reasons, because it is the one indicator that has simplified the way you look at price action, not just simply telling you to buy or sell, but rather you have to have some basic understanding of how technicals work. And you realize that based on that price action of what the indicator is trying to show you, you can then make an informed decision based on that. It's not just a, all right, buy here, sell here. It's basically utilizing all the things that we would typically use. Me as a trader, what I would use, let's just say the Ichimoku Cloud, moving averages, all these things are compiled into one indicator. Okay, so we're excited to roll that out. Look out for that. But until then, you have this free, combination that you can use with the VWAP plus the pivots if you want to utilize that. Okay, so I hope this strategy has helped you, realize that the two trades that have done pretty darn well so far for us, Link being one and Bitcoin being the other. Let's get back to the Bitcoin analysis, okay? First things first, I do want to talk about this monthly open. As long as price is above the monthly open, I'm bullish, and I think price is probably going to make its way towards this weekly open and possibly towards this X and this X up here, which is around $11,850 and about $11,900 or so, okay? It's possible that we might have maybe another bleed down here, maybe towards 11,200, clean up some of these lows, right? And then start pushing off. But it's not necessary that price has to do that. I think we're in this channel. As long as we stay in this channel, I think it's very possible that we do make it up to the weekly open. I'm already long. The place where I'd want to add on to my long is price gets up toward this area, breaks past the weekly open, tests it as support. I'd want to add on to my long for that, start targeting 11,850, 11,900, and then $12,000 or so. All right. But I don't see any reason to be bearish at present moment. I still tend to hold the opinion that this area is probably going to be a range, possibly till the end of the month. It's 26th of August. We have, 4 or 5 more days left in the end of the month. I think we're going to chop around here. We might push up, maybe even the beginning of September, we might pull back down to the 11,000 level. I don't think it's likely, but you know, it's something that I'm paying attention to. Okay. But I still believe that this ranging right here is not bearish. I can't say it's definitely bullish, but the fact of the matter is the trend is up. We're consolidating in a large range, kind of like we did back here. You know, we consolidated in a big range. We chopped around a lot. And that's really all we're doing right now. We're doing the same thing. And so I think there's going to be a lot of noise in this area, and there's going to be a lot of shakeouts. So it's really up to you if you're going to get shaken out of your position, or you're going to see opportunities to potentially buy the dip either down here or down here like we did. Okay. So like I showed y'all earlier, I'm in a spot buy position in Link, and that is doing pretty darn well. You know, so far so good. I'm still hoping that Link can stay outside of this trend line and actually start breaking up, because until I see continuation to the upside, it's very possible that Link fails and then collapses back down inside this area. And if that's the case, we're going to target these lows and, you know, these lows right here. There's probably a lot of liquidity sitting below this area and below this area, and possibly maybe even below this area. I still have my thesis where I believe that Link is probably going to break down towards $12 and $10. It's looking a bit less likely because we have this low and then this higher low, right? But again, you know, Link has done that, you know, previously too, right? It had this low, this higher low, and then price went down even further. Or, you know, this looked like a good base and then price broke down even further. So point is, we actually need to see continuation from Link starting to show bullish volume and bullish candle spread, and then we can start buying into the trend, or rather doubling down. Okay. So for now, yes, I'm in a spot long position or spot buy position, but I'm not going to say that we're definitely going to start pushing up from here. Okay. There's still a whole lot of chop that Bitcoin has to deal with, which means Link probably has to deal with that same chop. So I'm careful, cautious, and I'm cautiously bullish, if you will. So anyway, I just wanted to cover Bitcoin and Link for now. There's really not a whole lot else I want to cover. Maybe ETH. You know, Ethereum is doing okay. It's still chopping around, but it really needs to stay above this area, which is 380. If it doesn't stay above 380, it's possible that ETH breaks down further towards 355. And if ETH starts breaking down before BTC, you know, you can bet your butt that Bitcoin is going to follow. Okay. So keep an eye on ETH, you know, have a second screen or a split screen with ETH on the side. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the content. We do have our premium Discord community with all the lock channels, as you can see. What I showed you about our long positioning in Bitcoin, and then what I took up as a spot position in Link, is the kind of information that I share with my community on a day-to-day basis. I'm not telling them to buy or sell. I'm just simply there to look at the charts and show you what I'm seeing in the market. And so far, so good, right? You know, a lot of our positions are in profit. We also have a DeFi trading section where we're trading a lot of DeFi coins, lots of DeFi chatter. So if you're interested in trading DeFi, if you're interested in trading altcoins, come join our community, or at least hit the thumbs up and leave us a comment of your thoughts. Until then, take care, cheers, happy trading, and keep your stops tight, guys. All right, catch y'all tomorrow.